Oh god, that's 2 new tyres I need then. Yep, definitely ready for a change. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video on our daily, our 2002 Golf Mark 4. This is the 1.9 TDI 130. So hopefully you've seen the previous video where we done the back bushes. This is almost a continuation where we're doing the front ones. So what I've bought ages and ages and ages ago, because I was going to do it ages and ages and ages ago, some new bushes. So these are, oops, so that's a Mk4 one. That is a standard, I can't remember if it was front or rear wishbone bush. I can't remember which way around it is. And this one is a slight upgrade on the standard. Basically, it's got less holes in it. But the back ones are bog standard. So what we're going to do is get this apart. I'm going to do exactly the same as what I did last time. I'm going to have a practice on the other side because it's a lot tighter back there and really quite hard to film. So I'm going to practice, change them, and then show how I got on by doing these. And for those of you who want the numbers or the part numbers of the bushes I'm using, that's that one, that's that bush. And for that bush, this is a TWR, oh no, TRW, sorry, whatever that is that number. Just to show you how your bushes can affect your tyres, you can see I've got quite a lot of tread depth area on the wear bars. If you look on the inside, you can see canvas, and there's a really bad bit. Where is it? There's a bad bit there. See, there's canvas showing through, and there's a little bit of wire actually, and it isn't the tracking because I had the tracking done. I had the tracking done last year, but yeah, I knew the bushes were on their way out. I should have done it ages ago. Like I said, I've had the bushes for ages, but I haven't had a chance, so now I've got to buy 2 new tyres as well. Joy. First thing we need to do is get the tyre off, or the wheel and tyre off both sides. I think we can do that with the old snapperooski. And then we've got to get underneath and undo that under tray. So I'll get me mat out and get under there. So this is the under tray, and as you can see, there's screws all around the edge. And they're T25s, so let's whoop them out. So here we have the underside of the suspension arm, and that's the bushes. One in there. And how can I show you that? There's one. Can you see that one in there? It's a bit difficult to see, but it's in there. So one is that big bolt there. I don't know if there's a nut on top, and the other is that bolt there. And obviously we've got to undo something at this end, which on this one I can undo the ball joints because it's been changed before. Some of them are riveted, I think, but we'll undo them. So just to show you the bushes on, this is the driver's side, this is the one I'm going to do first. You can see that they're starting to split and perish. I mean, they're by no means clunking, but you can feel it on the brakes. When you hit the brakes, it's sort of, you can feel it going junk or junk. It's not chunking, but you can feel it move on the brakes. So that's why we're doing it. It's a few days later and we're back, and I have done the driver's side and had to take it out again. Why, you say? Well, in my sort of rush to do it, this is the driver's side. I lined up the arrows. I'll show you what I mean. See, there's an arrow there and there. That's supposed to line up in line, sorry, with your axle line-ish. But I put it in, and then I was looking at the other bushes, and can you see there is a difference back to front or inside to outside as well. You can probably see it better on the old one. Look. See? So I've had to take it off again because you can't actually see this bush in situ. So ultimately, I've got to take the passenger side off, which is the one I was going to show you, and compare this one, make sure I've done it the right way. If not, I'll have to press it out, put it back in. Hopefully it'll be okay. If not, I might have to get another one, but there we go. And what else did I learn doing the other side? I learned that you need to undo the drive shaft stub axle nut and knock the drive shaft in a bit on the other side, and that's a 30mm 12 point. So yeah, I had to lower it down on the wheel and undo them, but yeah, they're quite tight. And I'm not going to say a torque to do these up because I've been looking online and there's so many different people have so many different ideas of what torque to do and whether you change wheel bearings or not. So when I do it back up, I'm just going to do it up tight. I'll set you up on the tripod in a minute and we'll see what we can do, but that's my knees. You can see that bush is pretty much gone. So to get this off, basically there's a bolt that runs through there from bottom to top with a nut on the top of it, 18mm I think, and then there's a bolt in behind that splash shield. Don't know if I can move it to one side, down there, just there. That's 18mm, that'll come out that way. On this we've got 3 bolts underneath, 13mm go through the bottom arm, the drop link bottom bolt, and then obviously that nut which I said about, and then we'll knock the drive shaft in, pull it all out, and then hopefully get the arm out. Sorry, flashing around again. All right, let's set you up and have a go. Again, apologise for how much you can see, just because we're working under the arch. Yeah, see you in a minute. All right, I've got you set up as best as I can. I suppose there's nothing left to do but to do it. Well, that didn't go as planned, did it? Well, that almost went to plan, apart from that flipping pain in the backside. To the bench. Here we go, they're back to back. Drivers, passengers, right hand, left hand, depending on how you look at it. And here you can see the old one, and it's yeah, it's not too good. But if you look, the wide gap is there on the outside of the arm. And on this one, the wide gap is on the inside. So I did it wrong. So I'm going to have to press this one out and turn it and put it back in. So what I'm going to do on the new one is I'm going to mark it. Which is what I should have done first time, but I didn't realise. So learn from this. Make sure you match up that to your old one. So basically it should be that way, which I didn't. And then I've been soaking this, well, I have soaked that, and I'll see what I can do to get that out as well. We're up in the dinginess that is the upstairs on the press, and I've got a big socket and another smaller socket which just fits in there to press it out, and then that one will also go in there to press that one out. So let's see how we get on. I'm going to put you on time lapse and let's try and knock it out. That's as far as I can get that one. But what I'll do is I'll just stick it in the vise and that'll wiggle out. You can see it's quite flexible. I just need something to hold it with. I'll give this a clean up and then be back. I've just cleaned these out with a flapper wheel on a drill, and I've just put some lubrication in there just to help that rubber one go in. So let's start with this one and then we'll move on to this one. There we go, all in, lovely, and the lines pretty much mark up, the marks pretty much line up. And on that one, you probably saw I had to go through a bit more to make the little flange pop out past and then push it back. But that's all right, that looks pretty central to me. That's good. Next thing, let's have a look at this thing. We're at the bench. All I'm going to do, I've got this old nut and I'm going to put on here. It's a bigger size nut, so it sort of falls on there. And I'm going to fire me MIG welder up, blast a load of weld in there, which hopefully should weld the nut to the broken bolt, and also heat it up, crack any sort of rust that's in there. I have been spraying, so it will smoke like hell. Sorry, I've been spraying what's the fluid, you know, release agent on it, so it will smoke like anything. Might catch fire, but we'll see. But yeah, so this will flash, so mind your eyes. I haven't got a filter or anything. Let's see what happens. Better put my gloves on, haven't I? I've got my mask on. Let's see if we can get this to go. Welder's been playing up a little bit lately, so let's hope it works. Right, mind your eyes. Smoking. Right, let's let that cool down a little, because it is cherry red, and yeah, it needs to be hard metal, not soft red metal. I guess it's time to try it. See what happens. It's still hot, but well, I think that's worked. Still a bit stiff in there, but she's going. Ooh. Oh, sorry if I hit you. Need to find some WD-40 to put on there. Where are you? Or let's just put some oil on it. That should smoke nicely, shouldn't it? Can't take my hat off now, can I? Right, let's work that oil into the thread, hopefully. And there she is. Right, I'll have to find a bolt to get that back in later. But it's time for reassembly, I think. So the answer to the question, can you take this bush out, turn it around and reuse it? No. Not the way I did it anyway. Anyway, been to Eurocar Parts, got a replacement. Let's duff that in, then we can start putting this back together. Here we go, we've got it ready to fit. I've got a temporary bolt just to go in there for now until I can get a replacement. Well, it's M10, it's high tensile, so it'll do the job. So let's get and put it back together. Remembering we're not tightening this one down, the bolt through there, until we got weight on the wheels, okay? Go through that in a minute. Right, let's crack on and do it. Here we go. We're all back together. So obviously the new bush is there. That one's done up. One in there which isn't done up. It's not nipped up, but it's wound in, if that makes sense. So I haven't got to wind it like anything when it's on the ground. Don't know if you can even see it there. Got a temporary bolt in there just for now, and the ones on the ball joint on there are done up too. That one's nipped up. Next thing we need to do really is get some weight on the wheels and do up them front ones. We're all back on the ground, and I've rolled it backwards and forwards a few times to settle the suspension. I've done up the hub nut, done it up FT, and I'm gonna torque the wheel bolts down in a minute. But the main thing we've got to do now is that bolt there in the middle of your screen, just there. So I don't know, I'm probably not going to be able to show you because it's a squish down there. I do apologise, got a bit of sweat on. So I'm just going to do up the 2 bolts, one either side, and then well, that's it, done. And don't forget to put your under tray on if you've got one. I've got some questions for you guys too. Now, who do you watch on YouTube? I watch quite a few people. Not necessarily all car, but a bit of everything, you know. I like Ollie Blogs at the moment. He's good. I like him, doing it every day. Check him out if you can. Cole the Corn Star, non-car, but yeah, I like that as well. I follow a lot of people, to be fair. But who do you follow and who do you recommend? Also, I'm thinking of doing another Q&A because it was a long time ago we did a Q&A. Are there any questions you'd like to ask me about workshop cars, anything really? So yeah, bung them in the comments below, and I'll probably answer them then. But if I get enough, I'll put together a little Q&A and we can do that, if that's okay. Hope so. So we're out on a test drive. Just done the front bushes. So obviously got to get the tracking done, but it's if anything, it's the braking feels different. Before it was a sort of snatch when you hit the brakes, but it's very much progressive. Perhaps it's where the arms were like that. So, but yeah, it feels good. Go for a wiggle. Feels a little bit tauter than before. I don't know about noise. I've got some rough road coming up. Yeah, it seems to ride okay. It seems a little bit quieter actually. Perhaps there was a bit more flex in those ones than I thought. So yeah, pleased with that. It's good. The front bushes, I reckon most people could do it at home if you've got a good vice. You could, you know, press the bushes out and get new ones in. You probably need a hand lining the bushes and the arms up when you put it in the vice. But yeah, it's definitely a DIY job like myself, or DIY mechanics job like myself. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for coming on another journey in the Gulf. If you like what we're doing, please give us a thumbs up, and look us up on Instagram, larks_workshop, and I hope to see you next time. We're around the corner. Cheers then! Oh, and by the way, I'm running in some new boots. Thank you, Mum and Dad, for getting them for me. They're a bit, but we'll see. You just hate it when you put tools down. Where's it gone? Here, tool, where are you? Ooh. So I'm going to stop jibber jabbering. And no, I'm not. Right, mind your eyes. And we've got no earth. Oh, that didn't go as planned.